Hello, and welcome back to my kitchen. I'm Terri, and this is another edition of Terri's Carnivore Treats. I'm going to skip right over any introduction and explanation and just say I've created a carnivore brown butter cookie, and it's a twofer because you can add chocolate chips, and now you got a chocolate chip cookie. Let's go get started because I am ready to dig in. You won't need too many gadgets. I used my hand mixer and of course mixing bowls and some spatulas and whatnot, as well as some parchment paper to go on top of your baking sheet so the cookies don't stick. And I used this little scooper melon baller thing. It's not necessary, but it did make it a lot easier. And one final thing I haven't really brought up in a long time, but if you don't have a kitchen scale yet, I really highly suggest you get one. There is such a large discrepancy between like a cup measurement and the gram measurement. I mean, it can be rather large. So I have a link to my kitchen scale here, which is in my Amazon storefront, and that's linked in the video description below. Now let's go take a look at those ingredients. So you can see I have a lot of ingredients here, which is not typical for my recipes, but they are all needed to achieve the taste and texture of this very special, delicious cookie. I started off with whey protein powder, glycine, casein protein powder, the star of the show, brown butter, vanilla extract, non-fat milk powder, cream of tartar, eggs, baking powder, baking soda, xanthan gum, as well as this powdered allulose with monkfruit sweetener and allulose with monkfruit golden sugar, which is like brown sugar. That is how you make the carnivore version of this cookie. If you are a non-carnivore, then you would add the allulose chocolate chips. Now let's go get started. Just as you do for traditional cookies, we first mix the dry ingredients, and later we will add them to the wet ingredients. These cookies spread quite a bit while baking, so I only put 6 cookies per baking sheet. Let the cookies cool for a minute or 2 on the baking sheet before you put them on a cooling rack to cool completely. Some of them got a little funky shaped because I put them too close to the edge of the pan. We had a video snafu during the tasting, so forgive me, the cookies already have bites taken out of them. My microphone battery died. So now let's get to the tasting. There are 2 ways you can have this, well, 3 ways you can have this cookie. Fresh from the oven after they've cooled a little bit. The edges are crispy and the center is chewy. If you let them cool down all the way and then store them, they're very chewy. You can see they're bendy. I myself do not like chewy cookies unless they're fresh from the oven. I like a crispy cookie. So I was kind of left like, that kind of stinks. That fell flat. But then I remembered the dehydrator. So I stuck them in the dehydrator for a few hours and I got my wish. Listen to this, y'all. So here's my bite I already took. So good. And it can be a non-carnivore treat when you add chocolate chips.